Alright, part 4. Last part. Let's do it. 51 to 69. Let's do it. 51. The legend element acts as a caption for the content in the field set element. It gives users context about what they should enter into that part of the form. Add a legend element with the text, is your cat an indoor or an outdoor cat? Above both of the radio buttons. Above both, so legend. Alright, just going to copy and paste this. Paste. Let's see. Just like that. Alright, check. Beautiful. 52. Next, you're going to add some new form input elements so add another field set element directly below the current field set element. Alright. Field set. Beautiful. Add a legend element with the text. What's your cat's personality? Let me try to understand. What's your cat's personality? Nice. You can see it right there. Step 54. Forms commonly use checkboxes for questions that may have more than one answer. For example, here's a checkbox with the option of tacos. Input checkbox tacos. Under the legend element you just added, add an input with its type attribute set to checkbox and give it the option of loving. Legend elements. Input type equal checkbox. Loving. Like that. The text loving should be located directly to the right of your checkbox. Make sure to a space. 55. Add an ID attribute with the value loving to the checkbox input. Loving. There we go. Next. 56. There's another way to associate an input element's text with the element itself. You can nest the text within a label element and add a for attribute with the same value as the input element's ID. Associate the text loving with the checkbox by nesting only the text loving in a label element and giving it an appropriate form. Alright. So another way to associate an input. Alright, associate the text loving with the checkbox. Right, so what I do is this. You nest it in there, and then you add for equal loving, the same as the ID. So that way, when you click the label, it checks the box. Check the code. Nice. Next, 57. Add the name attribute with the value personality to the checkbox input element. Well, you won't notice this in your browser. Doing this makes it easier for a server to process your web form, especially when there are multiple checkboxes. So add name attribute to the value personality to the checkbox. So name personality. Wait. Add the name attribute with the value checkbox input element. Oh, that's why it's wrong. Oops. Wrong attribute. Personality. So make sure it's in the input right here. Nice. 58. Add another checkbox after the one you just added. The ID attribute value should be lazy and the name attribute should be the same as the last checkbox. Also add a label element to the right of the new checkbox with the text lazy. Make sure to associate the label element. So this. So we're doing is just making a new one. Checkbox. And then it also said ID attribute lazy. The name is also lazy, and then there should be a label. In between label we'll have lazy, and then in the label tag which have 4 equal lazy. What do we do wrong? That I am a true in the front. Oh, person. Oh yeah, I forgot. Like, okay, all right. Let's make sure name is personality. Just make sure. Next, 59. Add a final checkbox after the previous one with an ID attribute value of energetic. Alright, so I'm just going to copy and paste. So copy, paste. This one is energetic. That's what I said. Energetic personality. And for energetic. Energetic. Yeah. Beautiful. Step 60. 10 more to go. Like radio buttons, form data for selected checkboxes or name such value attribute pairs. While the value attribute is optional, it's best practice to include it with any checkboxes or radio buttons on the page. Add a value attribute to each checkbox. For convenience, set each checkbox value attribute to the same value as the ID attribute. Alright, here's what we can do. I'm gonna do it right beside ID. And then what you do is that you hold Alt, then you click, then you click. So that way you have the those cursors right there. And then you can just type all at once. Like that. But the value has to match with the ID. So, loving, lazy, energetic. Beautiful. 61. In order to make a checkbox checked or radio button selected by default, you need to add the checked attribute to it. There's no need to set a value to the checked attribute. Instead, just add the word check to the input and let me make sure there's still space between it and other attributes. Make the first radio button and first checkbox selected by default. So checked for this one, and then next you'll set checked. Beautiful, off the charts. 62. Now you'll add a footer section to the page. Add the main after the main element. Add a footer element. All right. Make sure. Just remember the closing tags. Nice. And this 63. Next up, paragraph element with the text and the text. No copyright. FreeCodeCamp.org. Like that. 64. Turn the existing FreeCodeCamp.org text into a link by enclosing it into an anchor element. So hrefreecode.net. And then this link right here, you copy it, copy, paste, check. Nice. And if you look down, there it is right there. Submit. Alright, 65. Notice that everything you've added to the page so far is inside the body element. All page content elements that should be rendered to the page go inside the body element. However, other important information goes inside the head element. Add a head element above the body element. Head. Check. Nice. The title element determines what browsers show in the title bar or tab for the page. Add a title element within the head element using the text below. So cat photo app. Beautiful. 96% complete, so 3 more to go. 67. Notice that the entire contents of the page are nested within an HTML element. All other elements must be descendants of this HTML element. Add the long attribute with the value en to an opening HTML tag to specify that the language of this page is English. Okay. Yeah. Check. Nice. All pages should begin with doc type, which is true. Doc type HTML. This special string is known as a declaration and ensures the browser tries to meet industry-wide specifications. Add this as the first line of the code. Okay, and the last one, 69. You can set browser behavior by adding self-closing meta tags in the head. Here's an example. Tell the browser to parse the markup into multiple languages by creating a meta element as a child of the head element. Sets its char set attribute to UTF-8. Meta char set UTF-8. And there you go. That's it, bro. 100% complete. That's it. That's our cat photo app. So submit on next, and yeah, bro, that's it. 69. I think I want to do the JavaScript one next. I don't know if I'll do the rest. I want to do the JavaScript one, but peace.